important aspect of cargo selection. We have looked at two ways by which cargo can be selected. So one way is a bulk flow. Another way to select a cargo is by signal sorting. Now, this is applicable in most cases, and the kind of vesicle that forms is it's about 50 nanometer size vesicle is formed with the desired cargo. But remember, all vesicles may not be of this globular shape. The need of a cell is to transport different types of cargo, different types of protein. Now look at the proteins like collagen. Collagen, as you know, collagen is a fibrous protein, and the procollagen has a size of somewhere around 300 nanometer is a size. How to fit this 300 nanometer collagen, procollagen, into a vesicle which we have seen it is about 50 nanometer is a size? How to fit it? So here we are going to talk about a third kind of transport, a third kind of vesicle formation, a third kind of packaging. In the third kind of packaging, especially for these kind of protein molecules, is there are proteins called packaging proteins. Packaging proteins. Now, these packaging proteins, one example of a packaging protein which is associated with this collagen is called Tango 1. This is a packaging protein. How they discovered, which is very interesting, how they discovered the existence of this protein. So they knew that collagen is important for bone formation. So they made this Tango protein negative. They created a knockout mice with the Tango minus knockout mice. It is not expressed. When Tango is not expressed, this protein cannot be assembled into a vesicle. So what will happen is the chondrocytes formation is affected, mineralization of the bone is affected, because there is no Tango present, no transportation occurs, that result into a deformity. That is how they have discovered the role of a packaging protein in order to transport molecules like procollagen. What exactly happens? Let us look at the process. So we have seen normally a bunding is like this. Globular structure is formed. Now this has 4 coat proteins, Sec23, 24 and Sec13 and 31. Now Sec31 is very significant. Sec31 is the protein. In the Sec outer coat normally takes 3 shapes. In the 3 shapes it takes, one is a triangular shape, it can also have a squarish shape, and it can also have a pentagonal shape. So these are the 3 shapes the outer coat it takes. I request that we look at certain textbooks in order to have a clear picture on this. How these Sec proteins assemble itself into giving different shapes to this. Now, what happens to this Sec31? It will combine with the Tango 1 or in the packaging protein. So, in the packaging protein, so let us see, this is the membrane. If this is a membrane, now it has to package in the collagen molecule. So, the collagen molecule is here. It's a triple helix. Okay, it's a triple helix structure. Now, this collagen molecule is bound by this packaging protein. This is a packaging protein. It binds to that. That is the signal that it has to be assembled into a different shape of the vesicle. Now, what is normally observed in such cases is it forms a vesicle in order to accommodate this. It forms a vesicle like this in order to accommodate this collagen molecule, an irregular shape. But in this irregular shape, in the inner coat proteins, that is the Sec23 and 24, they are arranged into a kind of an array. They are arranged in a kind of an array, and in the outer coat made up of 13 and sec 13 and 31, it forms a kind of a diamond shape. This is the outer coat. It forms a kind of a diamond shape. So in this diamond shape, that will be able to accommodate irregular shape of the protein. So we are looking at the different ways by which a cell adapts in order to transport its requirements. Like this kind of protein, you have an adapter protein which help in order to get inside a vesicle, and in the outer and the inner coat adapts itself in order to accommodate the shape of the protein. Look at the wondrous way by which our cells operate, adapts itself in order to carry out its function. So this is a kind of an outline about how cargo is packed.